Hey Taurus, welcome to your career direction reading. These readings are timeless. However, I did want to mention that because I am doing the reading right when this global crisis is starting to see the light of day, in a sense, like we're starting to open up and people are starting to go back to work. So it's kind of a, you know, everything up in the air time. But I still feel that if you see this at a later date and you're led to watch it, that it will still resonate at that time. All right, let's get started. So, Spirit for Taurus, what was their energy in the recent past regarding their career direction? And we get the Temperance card. Okay. What is the current energy for Taurus? We get the Eight of Coins, or Eight of Pentacles. Spirit, what's the challenge for Taurus right now in regard to career? And we get the Page of Cups. And the advice from Spirit for Taurus. Advice from Spirit, please. Okay. Eight of Spears, or Eight of Wands. All right, and then the outcome. Oh, we got a whole lot of cards. Okay. Okay, so we get the King of Coins, and that's you, Taurus. So, King of Pentacles. All right. So, in the recent past, it looks like, if you're just looking at this card, it looks like there was a period of studying, of maybe brushing up your skills. The Temperance card really talks about, getting your bearings, getting that equilibrium, if you will, balance, finding balance. And so I feel like because, so much has changed, and I can't think of any industry that was unaffected by this global crisis. So I feel like whether you're working for yourself or, working for a company, I feel like, there was a transition period, obviously, to come up with a new normal during this crisis. So now we fast forward to the current, and we have the Eight of Coins. So in a career reading, I mean, normally when we see the Eight of Coins, it's talking about, putting in the hard work and, really having mastery, right? But for me as a reader in a career reading, this is really telling me that you've found some type of skill that really what am I getting here? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So I'm getting that this is becoming mundane. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's like you've perfected it, this skill. Okay, that's where I was going. So you've perfected this skill, and you've, these, discs, you started out, struggling and trying to figure out the best way, or how the best sellers, or whatever it is that you're doing. And now it's becoming mundane. Okay. So I feel like that's not going to change, though. That's not going to change for you. So I feel like there might be a possibility that you need to, do something outside of work, that's going to, kind of give you that same fulfillment that you had when you first started this. And I don't know that that's not going to apply to everyone, but that's what I'm getting here. So in the challenge position, we have the Page of Cups. And I feel like this goes, this is like you may be working in some type of creative industry, media or something cultural, art based, music, entertainment of some sort. And it's like you're having a struggle coming up with a new idea. And maybe that goes back to this because you've gotten into this groove and now you're starting to feel stuck. Like, this is all I do. It's the same shit, just different day type of feeling, right? Which is unusual for the current times, I'm going to say. So you really want a creative idea to come through, or you want to bring creativity to your work, whatever it is. And that's a challenge for you right now. So in the advice from Spirit, we have the Eight of Spears, which is the Eight of Wands. So this is really talking about some positive news coming in, and it may even be talking about some type of travel. But I'm really getting some positive news coming in. I'm getting this sense that there's going to be some, there's a few people that are going to bring you in and they're going to want to sit you down and talk to you about some type of positive movement forward in your career. It's going to affect your career positively. Okay. And that's going to bring about overcoming this challenge to bring creativity in. Okay. You may be in some type of industry that is based in communications as well. So it may be about creative communication. All right, so for your outcome, you get the King of Coins or the King of Pentacles. And so I feel like there's going to be an opportunity for you to step into some type of leadership. You may already be in leadership, but I feel like it's going to be more defined, and I feel like there will be a point where you may be, even leaders have other, their own leaders or bosses that they have to report to. And I feel like, this talk may be about, giving you this opportunity or solidifying it. Maybe you've already been leading and now we're talking about actually receiving that promotion. I'm not sure. It's going to play out different for all of you. But what I'm getting from Spirit is that there is going to be a time where that they've, put their trust in you to lead. And your leadership is going to come into question. And you are going to have to really stand your ground, sit on your throne in a sense and say, look, you put me in this position for a reason. And as diplomatically as possible, just support me. You gave me a job to do. You're giving me a salary to do this job. Let me do my job, And that may bring about some changes in your career. I don't think that you should back off for fear of losing your job, but I really feel like there's going to be a point where you're really going to have to stand your ground in that. So let's get some clarification on this Page of Cups for Taurus. What is this Page of Cups, this challenge? And we get the Two of Pentacles. So in a career reading, I really feel like this need for creativity it's starting to make you question your career choices and what has led you to up to this point. So I feel like there's definitely just Your soul's kind of crying out for a creative outlet here. What is this Eight of Spears for Taurus here? And we get the Queen of Wands. Okay, definitely. It's not none of this is about male or female, but there's, the Queen of Wands is very confident. She is definitely a leader. And so either this will be the person that's going to bring you this positive communication, that's going to give you some movement forward in your career, or this is your energy. Okay, this is, the energy that you're going to be coming through. Very charismatic, very, kind of, I always think of her as like popular. Like if you were, if she was in school, she would definitely be popular and, part of the cool kids or whatever you want to call it. So there's definitely recognition that they are aware of, kind of your position within your coworkers as far as having that real social and that social connection to many of your coworkers. And so that, that can mean a lot. That can mean a lot for a company to put their trust in you, because they also know that, you're well liked and so forth. So why is the King of Coins here for Taurus? And this really is just about standing in your power, I feel. Yeah, it's just confirming here. There's something here where, you're really going to have to stand your ground, and you will have the higher ground. So I do feel like it'll be successful. Maybe not for all of you, but I feel like at the end of the day, you are, there's a theme of integrity here, and I feel like that integrity is what's going to carry you forward. Whether that, I don't know. I just think that it's Spirit really wants you to know that stand your ground, stand in your power. This is you, Taurus. So that is the message I'm getting, and this only confirmed it. There's also a message here with Seven of Wands that your word is your bond, in a sense. It needs to be. So don't get caught up in this, don't get complacent and make promises that you can't keep. Just stand your ground for, whatever this situation is where you're going to have that tested, in a sense, okay? All right, so what is the guidance for Taurus, Spirit? What's the guidance for Taurus? And this is the doorway, and it says, Divine Guardian, do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. Perfect closing. Stand your ground, stick to your path, stick to your ethics, and you are going to go far. All right, Taurus, that is the reading, and it won't resonate with everybody. If it does not resonate, just check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, and those may resonate with you. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And remember that the universe has your back, and so do I. Take care.